Htwow September Season 7. Go Dave.
Thank you, my friend. This is Htwow, High Tea with Old Waver, featuring Toby Pipes. Hi.
Hi.
And myself, Dave Lane.
Hi.
And we're in person this month, so that's fun. So you have something to look forward to as you're listening to this pre-roll. You're like, should I invest my time in this podcast? And the fact that we're in the same room bodes well.
It does.
One of our better episodes, I would say, because I'm recording this after we've already recorded it.
Exactly everything you've just said.
Okay. And then the other thing is, because this is a pre-roll, and like if you listen to a screaming baby in a podcast, but if you listen to a podcast, they will use this time, this allotted time before the actual content, to give promotional messages. Mm-hmm. And this space is totally available to you.
Like me personally?
Well, if you want to reinvest, like if you want to put money back into the podcast,
Yeah, sure.
then maybe you'll compound that interest. But if you're a listener and you have like a kick-ass business,
This is the wildest intro you've ever done. This is like top notch. I mean, I can't. I mean, it's not even like, this is first, second, and third. You know what I mean? Like, you're hitting all the bases.
right?
I don't know what you're going to do, but let's bring this home.
Well, all I'm saying is that if you listen to this podcast enough that you're like, man, I would love to get to know these guys better. And I have a cool business.
Man, this has been, man, if like the power went out now and we lost this, it would be the saddest thing.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
ever
we're kind of recording a promo for a different product right now. Just so continue to listen if you're curious. But
okay,
do
it seriously. Okay, so
my point
where were
is,
you?
my
on
point
some merch
is,
or something?
My point is that this space is for rent, and if you would like to be our title sponsor, if you have an awesome business that you think your core values match ours,
you gotta, because it's weird. I don't think people take us seriously if you're laughing during the thing.
if your brand wants to reach hundreds, possibly thousands of people just like us, then invest in Htwow and become the title sponsor of our podcast. So just email htwowpod@gmail.com. htwowpod@gmail.com and send us your money.
Yeah. So, okay. Open up.
It was a 3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour.
That's right. But they brought a lot of dough.
Yeah, maybe they were running from the law. They just took everything with them everywhere they went.
Kind of a laundering thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they're the whole reason why it even got shipwrecked.
Yeah, maybe they weighed the ship down.
If so, everyone forget about the money they owed, and then boom, they're rescued.
Faked their own death.
Faked their own death, and then rescued.
Rescued by like the Globetrotters, and no one would ever ask the Globetrotters about these rich people.
Because no one knew the Globetrotters, if they get serious about basketball, can't win.
Right, yeah. So they would never tell their secret for fear of being exposed as frauds in basketball.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, if you don't do the tricks, you're never going to beat the robots. That was a good episode.
Yeah. We got it. We know.
We're going to be playing stadiums
For 50 years.
I try to laugh about it, hiding the tears in my eyes, cause boys
I don't think so.
You don't think they
No.
You don't think they felt that?
Or they from Salford or wherever.
They probably
They thought that they would never leave home.
yeah, they're probably still a little-
I'll break down at your feet and beg forgiveness, plead with you. But I know that it's too late and now there's nothing I can do. So I try to laugh about it, cover it all up with lies. I try to laugh about it, hiding the tears in my eyes, cause boys don't cry. Boys don't cry. I would tell you that I loved you if I thought that you would stay. But I know that it's no use and you already gone away. Misjudge your limits, pushed you too far,
one of the best bridges ever.
took it for granted. Thought that you needed me more. Now I would do most anything to get you back by my side. But I just keep on laughing, hiding the tears in my eyes. Cause boys don't cry. Boys don't cry. Boys don't cry.
Sha-la-la-la-la. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Htwow September, in air quotes, 2024. The 85th episode of Htwow, which is an acronym, stands for High Tea with Old Waver, because it's a combination of high tea, Toby,
Hello.
and Old Waver, me. High tea with Old Waver.
Do you like your music in the background for the first time in a while?
Man. Yeah, we are doing this in person, which benefits both us and you, the listener.
And boy, as far as sound wise, this is it's magical for
Yeah.
me because the hiss from Skype or Zoom or whatever we use is unbelievable.
Yeah, we use Skype because there's not a limit on how long we can connect for. But yeah, it's not ideal.
It's but it's not bad. It's
No.
just not like this. This is great. And Taylor Young let us borrow a microphone because we didn't know we were going to do this, and we are, it's guerrilla recording right now.
Yeah, it's it's always good to know musicians who have spare microphones just laying around.
That live a block away.
Yeah, when you were like, "Hey, you have that other RE20, don't you?" And I was like, "No, you took it for your studio, and we only have the one here."
Yeah.
But we worked it out.
It's
And,
great.
yeah, we've been having a little bit of a kind of an impromptu football party this afternoon. And now we're ready to kick it down old school Htwow style, which I love.
This is almost like an After Dark a little bit.
Yeah, it's starting to get dim outside. And we've already consumed foods and booze. And we are about to consume something really fun.
New for me.
New for you, not so much for me. But we do need to give a shout out to our beverage sponsor, the good dudes at Good Friend Package at 1155 Peavy Avenue in Far East Dallas, Casa Linda. We love them so much, although we did not see them for this particular bit of social lubricant, as I don't believe they carry it.
Yeah, and this came out of nowhere. This was we weren't planning on this.
Yeah. So if you're a regular listener, you know that the August episode came out basically at the end of September. Mm-hmm. And so this is the September episode, and this is going to come out sometime in early mid-October. And then hopefully the October episode will come out before the end of October. So you can see that we're slowly catching up.
Yeah, we're getting it back.
Like before the end of the year, we will hopefully get all of our episodes in this calendar year. That's our goal.
No problem.
He says no problem, so I believe him.
That's easy peasy.
Okay. So, ordinarily, if you are new to the program, Htwow is a song swap and a beer swap. At least that's what it was conceived to be. That we would get together at Toby's studio down in College Station, and we would listen to tunes. We would play tunes for each other. Initially, we would play 3 tunes apiece, and then we realized that was way too long. And so now we play 2 tunes apiece, and we would bring beers for one another to try and talk about. And then that became, we would get beers from Good Friend Package, and then that became, we would just drink whatever we felt like drinking. And so that's what we're doing this time. And I've been on a kick. So the last like 3 pods or so, maybe longer, I've been drinking THC-infused beverages because they are fully legal. You can get them at your corner store, or you can get them at the interwebs, which is what I did for this one. And so this is from a company called Crescent Canna. Crescent Canna.
Okay.
And so if you want to go to Crescent Canna on your Google machine, you can order some of this yourself. And so I've consumed, I think one of the ones that I had on the pod was like maybe a 10 milligram. I think last month I drank a 20 milligram.
Yeah, that one was a monster last time.
Yeah. This one is a 50 milligram.
Look out.
And so I poured it evenly. I portioned it evenly between Toby and myself. And Toby, you have never had a cannabis infused beverage.
Yeah. I think a lot of people think the high tea thing means something else.
It doesn't?
It might. But also I'm fancy.
Yes.
So there's the high tea there. But I haven't, I don't know about the Canna, the drink, basically. Yeah. So this is new for me.
Well,
And you gave me the strongest one you could possibly... This is the strongest one you've ever done.
No, because they in California, you can get cans with 100 milligrams.
No, but I mean you.
Oh, yeah.
This is the strongest one you've done.
Yes, I guess so. I think I've done 100 milligram, but I think I shared it with a bunch of people. So.
It's not the color I thought it would be. I mean, it looks like a tropical drink.
So it's a grape lemonade, and it's a sparkling. It's a THC soda, and so it's called Jet Life, and it says "Fly High" at the top of the can.
Yeah.
And I wanted to play something for you because if you go on the Crescent Canna website, they have a few different varieties. They certainly have some beverages that are lower potency, like maybe 5s or 10s or something.
Of course they would.
But this particular one, they have like 3 different ones that are 50 milligrams. But this one is a collab.
Oh, man, we love a collab.
You love a collab.
Yeah.
And this is a collab with a hip-hop artist named Currency.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever heard of Currency?
Really into Currency.
So, I was going to let you choose which Currency song we sampled just to get a vibe of like how we're supposed to be partying when we're consuming this.
Because I'm a big Currency fan.
Yeah. So there's The Count featuring Wiz Khalifa. Your other option is 3 a.m. in New Orleans, or No Yeast featuring some guy named Boldy James.
Yeah, see, I like to keep it. I like to keep currency current.
So 3 a.m. in New Orleans,
You
where
knew I was
we
gonna
don't
say
need
that,
a feature.
right? I don't need to feature
Yeah, we're already
people.
collabing.
I just want to know him.
Well, now that I am hovering over it, it says by ASAP Ant and Currency.
Well,
So
then we can do that. That's fine.
it's okay?
Yeah.
All right, so this is 3 a.m. in New Orleans by ASAP Ant and Currency, just to get the vibe of the drink that we're having.
Bring it. Yeah.
I'm looking ahead at the lyrics, and they're so
I'm out
good.
the drama for my money like I'm DJ Canna. I got a stripper, bitch, she Spanish, yeah, she in Atlanta. Yeah, I just got the walker about to grab a fan. At my show, it's like a robbery, they got their hands up. My diamonds like a hockey puck, you need no 3D glasses. I'm moving like I'm Ali, you can nickname me Cassius. I swear to God, I glow in dark, I don't need no flashes. I treat the Audi like a potato, I'm a mash. I need my gravy in the whip is cranberry sauce. Dante Cole, pepper, catch the pack, Randy Moss. Peter Ford, Richard Porter, pull up in the song. Money like the Empire building, stacking tall.
Diamonds on flip, gun loud.
Is this Currency or was that Currency?
I
think this is Currency.
Fish in the sea, I seen 100,000. Some I knock down, some I pass around. OG high feet planted on the ground. Cold bottles in the studio, pistols a half a pound. Hit machine, cop a rollie off my last 16. Wave the feet for my dog, that's what's taught to me.
Okay.
Does Lexus still make cars? I mean, do we still have a Lexus?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Man,
of course.
I haven't seen one in a while.
Are you
Just
crazy?
saying. Hey, man, I'm not in those circles.
What? People who have cars?
No,
that circle?
Lexus.
Yeah.
When's the last time you've known anyone that got a Lexus?
Dude, the new Lexus SUV is hot.
Is it burning?
Oh man, it's burning up.
Okay, I don't know that one. I don't know it.
Look it up. Look it up. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's what we're drinking. We are drinking Jet Life from Crescent, Canna, and Currency.
Yeah, Jet Life.
Grape lemonade.
You know, I mentioned earlier from the last pod, I was saying how scary the cans that you normally have. This one's not scary. It has more of like an OP vibe.
Yeah, it doesn't have like monster lettering. Like the last one, it was a Delta, and it said live resin at the top, and it was like
It had like
Halloween,
barbed wire on
yeah.
it and stuff. But this one's like, man, it's nice. It's like a sunset.
how is it kicking already?
It's nice. It feels good. It smells like sweat, but when you drink it, it's nice.
It's like sweet sweat.
Yeah. You know, the smell is like, I don't know if I want to get into this. And then when you have a taste, it's like, this is not bad. It's just like a pink lemonade.
Yeah. All right, so
Which is dangerous.
follow along and see how incoherent we get over the course of the pod.
Boom.
All right, so we kicked it off with The Cure, Boys Don't Cry. Mm-hmm. And so that might give you a clue as to something that might be coming up later. But I wanted to kick it off with not The Cure, but another legacy band that suddenly has something new.
I can't wait. I didn't listen to this on purpose.
So I speak of the band Tears for Fears.
What?
And they just came out with a brand new single called The Girl That I Call Home. And I like it. I mean, it's not going to change your life, but it's really good. And it is just the tip of the iceberg. I'll tell you more about what they are coming out with because I need to look it up. But I'll tell you about it after we play the jam. This is Tears for Fears on Htwow.
never feel the loss. Please don't worry, I'm not sorry. Not for a life that I can't hold. I seek forgiveness, will I need a witness for the girl that I call? You get to walk among the flowers. I'm a man who tries to hide away his scars beyond the sea of stars. You seem to find a higher power, and when part of me is darker than the night, you fill the void with light. Please don't worry, I'm not sorry for a life that can't be known. Princes adore you, they cower before you. You're the girl that I Please don't worry, I'm not sorry. Not for a life that I can't own. I seek forgiveness, will I need a witness for the girl that I call? Please don't worry, I'm not sorry for a life that can't be known. Princes adore you, they cower before you. You're the girl that I
Man, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not going to change your life, but it's really well done and just feels good.
It's a good Tears for Fears song, and they didn't go over the top. It's not like a Seeds of Love thing where you're like, okay.
Yeah, it's not like everything in the kitchen sink.
Yeah, like they just did it's a good pop song.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I mean, they have like the drum machine and like kind of the whooshy kind of atmospheric stuff that makes it current, but it's like you said, it's a Tears for Fears song.
Yeah, that could have been on any record from Songs of the Big Chair on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The ones before that were a little bit more stripped down.
Yeah.
But I like that Tears for Fears likes to fill it up.
Yeah, so they are coming out with Songs for a Nervous Planet, which goes with the Cure thing.
It really does. They're all doing the same thing,
Yeah.
aren't they? Yeah.
Songs for a Lost World, Songs for a Nervous
You
Planet.
know what? Let's get that tour going. Tears for Fears and The Cure.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Sure, maybe they're gonna. Do you think they would do that?
I don't know.
Boy, that would be something.
Yeah, it'd be something. So they've been touring for forever on their Tipping Point record, which we played a jam from that. It's a good record. And like they've toured 18, 24 months straight on that thing.
Yeah, and I've just heard. I didn't see this. You saw the show, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. From what everyone says, and you said, it was just incredible.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, they are still so good. It's so great that they are back together. Mm-hmm. It took a long time for them to work out whatever issues they needed to work out, but it seems like they're having fun again, and obviously they're feeling prolific again as they are coming up with new stuff. So
you also need things timing wise to turn around.
Yeah,
know
you
what
need
I
people
mean?
to care.
Every now and then, you're a little irrelevant for a second, and then people start to really like you again. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, who knows what the pop culture waves are going to, when they're going to wash towards you again.
Exactly.
And so this Songs for a Nervous Planet, it's their first ever live record, which is funny to me because, the Broken from Songs from a Big Chair
Finishes with a live.
Yeah, it finishes with a live thing. It was
And they have live. Well, I guess they're not live records; they're live videos.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was Head Over Heels into Broken, right?
Yeah.
On the record, and I guess because they were doing Songs from the Big Chair
Beforehand,
tunes,
yeah.
on the road before they put the record out, and so it was a cool, interesting thing to do that on the record, but they've never put out a full live album, and so they recorded shows on this last Tipping Point tour, and I guess they picked this song that was July 11th, 2023 in Franklin, Tennessee. Have you ever played First Bank Amphitheater in Franklin?
No.
So that's where, I guess that's the show that they decided to use.
Huh.
And so...
Whatever sounds the best.
Yeah,
Pick
so
that one.
it's kind of like a career-spanning set of, stuff from the most recent record and then all the classics,
Yeah.
Woman in Chains, Mad World, Pale Shelter, Change, Head Over Heels, Shout, all of that stuff.
Yeah, everybody wants to rule the world.
Yeah. But the bonus is that the first 4 tracks, including the song we just heard, The Girl That I Call Home, are brand new studio tracks.
Oh, they're adding those on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so first 4 songs, brand new studio songs, and then after that, then you get a full live show from this last tour. So pretty cool.
It's the opposite of the Genesis thing. Do you know the 3 sides live?
Okay, no, I never listened to that.
Yeah, so 3 sides of it is live, and the last side is studio recording.
Interesting. So yeah, the 4 songs that are new are Say Goodbye to Mom and Dad, The Girl That I Call Home, Emily Said, and Astronaut.
God, say goodbye to Mom and Dad.
Yeah. And
That's messed up.
and Astronaut, they got some blowback because the cover of the record features an astronaut in a field of sunflowers, so it's kind of a callback to Seeds of Love. And I guess they partnered with an artist and they used AI to create the album cover, and then they were having to defend the use of AI because AI is so controversial in the creative community. You know what I'm saying?
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoy it, and I'm glad that Tears for Fears is still in our lives. That's the end.
Me too. Wow, that was such a good speech.
Thank you.
You're like,
I need some more Jet Life.
that's the end, and that's the end of my presentation, is what you...
Yes, that's the end of my Tears for Fears TED Talk.
Okay, well, let's, because I like that you jumped into the tune.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump into the next
Do it.
tune. Because let's
We're
keep it
already
moving.
behind by a month, so let's keep
I
it
know.
up.
What did we decide? I wasn't doing the shoegaze one now. I'm doing the party one now.
Yeah, you're doing Gilligan Moss?
Yeah, is that like a...
Never heard of it.
That's one of your faves?
I mean, the only Gilligan I know is from Gilligan's Island.
I know. Did you watch that like every afternoon when you got home from school?
I mean, I think even when I was a kid, I was like, this is dumb.
Really? I loved it.
I loved it and I watched it, but it wasn't my favorite.
You kind of more watched it, though, because of the chicks.
Yeah. I mean, I was definitely more of a Marianne girl or a guy
No doubt about it.
or a girl. Did I want to be Marianne or did I want to have sex with Marianne?
I'm more of a Marianne guy.
Marianne guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Ginger was too much of a skank.
Boy, she was something. She was a lot, but
But she was wearing like sequins
I think
on an
I-
island.
I think everyone was into Marianne.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Miss what's her name?
Miss Howell?
Yeah. You were kind of into Miss Howell a little bit.
I wonder she was probably like 40 when she was on the show.
It does. She's like 87. She was fun. But Miss Howell had something going on.
Yeah. Yeah, the professor and Miss Howell probably.
I used to always
Worked it
wonder
out.
why they brought so much money on that little 8-hour tour. Like they
Yeah.
would open up
It was a 3-hour tour.
a 3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour.
That's right. But they brought a lot of dough.
Yeah, maybe they were running from the law. They just took everything with them everywhere they went.
Kind of a laundering thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they're the whole reason why it even got shipwrecked.
Yeah, maybe they weighed the ship down.
If so, everyone forget about the money they owed, and then boom, they're
They
rescued.
faked their own death?
Faked their own death, and then rescued. Has anyone?
Rescued by like the Globetrotters, and no one would ever
Yeah.
ask the Globetrotters about these rich people.
Because no one knew the Globetrotters, if they get serious about basketball, can't win.
Right. Yeah.
But-
So they would never tell their secret for fear of being exposed
Right.
as frauds in basketball.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, if you don't do the tricks, you're never going to beat the robots. That was a good episode.
Yeah. No, I was more into Brady Bunch and Hogan's Heroes
Oh man, I loved Hogan's Heroes.
and Green Acres a little bit, but you could not avoid.
It's so good.
Yeah, but you could not avoid Gilligan's Island, and I did. Like I said, I as a young child, I was shooting holes in the plot, but it did not ruin my enjoyment of the show.
Wait, so when you got home, you get off the bus, right?
Uh-huh.
You're cruising to the house. You get in the house. No parents are there. What are you doing? Making like a bowl of cereal, sitting down watching.
Yeah, probably maybe a Pop-Tart.
Oh man, you go
Like-
cold on the Pop Tart or
yeah,
heat it up?
cold Pop-Tart.
I'm a cold Pop Tart.
Yeah, cold Pop-Tart. Yeah, we didn't have. My parents did not stock sodas, so it's probably like a cold Pop-Tart and a glass of milk, and then just popping down,
Hit the TV.
hit the TV.
And like
I-
Perry Mason's.
I
on.
had some cartoons that I watched, like
You got some cartoons in the afternoon.
like Star Blazers and oh god, what was the other one? Can't remember. Where they all their tiger robots turned into a spaceship. And then there was Voltron too. All
Man,
the
these are something. I
all
didn't
the
have any.
Japanimation stuff from the 80s, but
I had like Andy Griffith, and then it
I
would
could
go
not watch Andy
into
Griffith.
like Gilligan's Island, and then all of a sudden they would throw something strange, like some weird Perry Mason thing on you, and you're just like, "Well, I'm here."
Yeah. I mean, we didn't have the same childhood because you were in Huntsville and I was in HEB, so
Yeah, you had probably more
we had,
TV.
we had more options probably.
Yeah.
Even though it was only like 3 options instead of 1.
Yeah. And then you found out when you turned it to channel 13 and twist that knob, the day MTV came in on that one. Did you ever do that?
No.
So that was how we got MTV first. You changed.
You could get it over the air?
You
It
changed
was a
it to
pirate channel.
channel 13, and you remember you could, on those old TVs, you could push in the knobby thing and twist it,
Yeah.
and it would, if you twisted it enough, MTV came on channel 13.
How was that possible?
I don't know, but that's how we got it.
Wow. I think you just
It was like the first cable thing we had that wasn't even cable.
yeah. That sounds made up, but I'm going to believe you.
Oh, you can ask anybody. That was how we did it. Channel 13, twist the knob.
I mean, sounds like they were creating like a special hidden channel just for you.
I know, just for me. Were you there on no, none of us were there on the first
No.
video
no,
thing. I don't think we would have been.
But we did have, my parents did have cable. We were an early adopter for cable, so
Y'all were super rich.
no, we weren't rich, but for some reason my dad was, he was always
driving
an
like
early
his own jet planes around. and
No,
stuff.
he was just an early adopter for technology.
That's cool.
Like we had a VHS, he had a camcorder, we had cable.
Did y'all ever do the weird beta thing?
No, we never did beta. Yeah, we had an Intellivision. We didn't have an Atari.
We had Intellivision.
Yeah, but
It's funny how that's like you knew, like you're different friends. If you had Atari or Intellivision, you're different people.
Yeah, you run in different circles.
You're just different.
Yeah, so my dad had cable early on, and so I did have HBO and MTV early on. But I mean, back in those days, especially like the TV that was back in the den by my bedroom, that was just rabbit ears. So
Yeah.
that was just whatever you could get over the air. And Gilligan's Island was high in the rotation. Anyway, I digress because this has nothing to do with Gilligan's Island. The artist is called Gilligan Moss. I mean, I guess they could be referring to like the growth on the shipwreck after it's been like exposed to the elements for a while.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think you're a genius for getting back to this because I had no idea why we were talking about Gilligan.
You said this is a party jam, though.
It is a party jam. You know, there's certain things that I look up and go, hey, I need to find something good. Fans who like this.
Yeah.
And so you'll know exactly who I looked up when I got this band. But this is a brand new tune, so let's jam it.
Yeah. Both of you, well, all of our stuff is totally brand new as we continue to break tunes and break artists on Htwow.
Ear to the street.
This is called Radio Gilmo?
I don't know. It sounds right. Sure.
Is there, I don't have my readers on. I can't tell if that's a Gmo or a Gilmo.
I think it's Gilmo.
Yeah, I think there is an L in there, but it looks like it could be a really fat left part of the M.
If you look up Gilligan Moss and type in radio, you'll find it.
Gilligan Moss, Radio Gilmo on Htwow.
Selamat pagi. Доброе утро.
Good morning. It's been nice to know ya. Birds in my garden are hoping to hold ya. Something inside bubbly like soda. So play me a song that goes over and over.
So do you know where they're from?
No.
They are a Brooklyn-based duo. They are childhood friends, Ben and Evan.
Okay, I don't know why that's funny. What's that? You said it like you knew it was funny, so you know it's funny.
Ben and Evan.
Yeah, you said it funny.
I don't know. I don't know why I said it funny.
Okay.
But it says that so their new album, Speaking Across Time, which that track was, let's see. That's track 1.
Number 1
That's
off
a
the
theme.
record.
That's a well, no, because the Tears for Fears is track 2. But this and the song that I'm about to play, track 1, off the record, setting the tone, right? Speaking Across Time is the new record, so it's 12 tracks, and they say each of the album's 12 tracks encapsulate personal moments through the lens of timelessness. 90s rave, old country, 70s soul, honky-tonk piano, house, and even a sample of poet and longtime mentor Dave Mason.
Yeah, I will say this. If you go through I like that song. But if you go through the tracks, they're not kidding around.
It's all over the place?
Yeah, one of them sounds like the dude singing a country song. But they have their twist on it, of course.
Yeah.
But it does, most people will write something like that in their bio of like, we include every. They actually, song by song, you might think it's not the same band.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm curious to check it out.
Yeah, it's good, but man, I was telling you earlier before we started this, it's been a rough week of finding tunes, but I really like that one. So
you've listened to a lot of stuff you didn't like?
Man, what did you think this? Well, you're playing classics.
Yeah,
so,
dude, I do have a backlog of stuff dating back to the summertime.
Well, I had a bunch of stuff then too. It's just right every now and then, like there'll be some month that you're like, everything's great. And I'll save like 5 things. And then there's some months where you're like, man, maybe no one releases stuff in September.
Yeah. I mean, I do have stuff in my back pocket that I'm like, man, I really wanted to play this. Like I mean, it's probably like an only for me type thing, but Washed Out came out with a new record, which I thought was decent. And I thought I was going to play it, but I never got around to it. And now the moment's probably passed.
They're the Portlandia guys, right? Don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
It's probably one of the best series theme things ever. It's like, when that song starts, it's Portlandia. Yeah, so I just thought I'd play it. It's just a fun. Everything else, when I was listening to it, was so depressing. And not that the songs were depressing, but I was depressed of how mediocre everything was. So when I came across this off of rabbit hole of Poolside to another band, to another band, to another band, I came up with that one.
Okay. Yeah, and it's interesting, your method versus my method, because I usually go through new releases on Apple Music.
How do you do it to where it's not a bunch of pop?
Well, you can browse by genre. So I'll browse alternative and I'll browse indie.
Okay, cool. Or like electronic or shoegaze or something.
No, they don't. They do have electronic, but it's all garbage. It's all EDM club garbage. But I'll just scroll through and listen to anything that sounds familiar or looks interesting. And, it's not a scientific method, but, I will add stuff to my playlist that I think are worth revisiting, and then I'll try and narrow it down later. But
I think it's the same thing like doctors do. It's the same research.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
I'm just like a doctor.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
But you see, I'm like an Apple Music guy. I Spotify out of convenience a lot of times.
Yeah.
But like my serious listening is via Apple Music. But you go down those Spotify rabbit holes and you will do the fans who like this also like.
Yeah. But see, so you're like a doctor and I'm a detective.
Indeed.
See?
We've long
The
established.
fact that you said indeed means you're the doctor. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see. That's an apt diagnosis.
Yeah, it's your vocab makes me think doctor, he said indeed, instead of that's what I'm saying.
Right. Because we've long known that you're a detective. But now...
I just detected that. Did you see what I did?
Now we have come to understand that I am a music doctor.
You're the doctor, but I'm more of the... I have like a tweed coat on and a weird hat.
Yeah, you're cooler than I am.
Totally cooler, but a lot less money.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
Really? A detective and a doctor? I figure detectives are always...
I think detectives, like, they stumble across, like, stashes of money and they just keep it.
They keep it. Yeah.
It's like all untraceable, untaxable income.
You mean undetectable? Okay, let's move to another song.
Yeah, all right.
Because
So,
nothing is topping that.
as we know, based on the opening song and based on comments made to this point, and just if you live in this world that we live in, if you are listening to this podcast, then you most likely know that The Cure have a new record coming out and they've put out a new single.
How quick, before you keep going, because so anyone that kind of runs in the same type of music, like you're saying, knew about this pretty quickly the second it came out, right?
Yeah, I mean, they were teasing it for a couple weeks before it came out.
But we're also not children. You don't listen to it right away. How long did it take you before you're like, all right, I'm sitting in a good spot. I feel good. I got my headphones on.
Okay, so it came out... Usually new music is on a Friday, but it came out on a Thursday.
Do you think they even care about that?
I don't even know. Like, they were debuting it on a BBC radio show on a Thursday, but for some reason...
That BBC 6 thing.
Yeah, but for some reason it was available first thing Thursday morning. Okay. And I guess I was on a mailing list, so I got emailed a link to listen to it. And so when I woke up that Thursday morning, I clicked on the link.
Oh, you just went for it.
Yeah. Thursday morning, I clicked on the link and it started to play. And I was like, well, I'm not listening to this through my phone. So I paused it and I got out my headphones and I put my Bluetooth headphones on and then I played it.
See, that's nice, Dave. I'm glad people do that.
Yeah.
I was so much... I felt like I needed to be in the perfect spot mentally.
Mm-hmm. And how did you consume it? What was the perfect spot?
This morning, I just gave it a listen because I was running out of time. So it wasn't what I was trying to do. That's just how I
was. It in the car or where was it?
No, I'm laying in bed going, well, Dave just texted, I guess we're doing this today. I should probably listen to the Cure song.
Yeah.
So I listened to it. And I was just, and it was exactly, everyone that's kind of explained it or whatever, they're right. It's exactly what everyone says. It's like an epic beginning of a record thing that they do. And
yeah,
you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome. Like, you don't care that the music plays so long at the beginning because you're like, well, I know what they're doing.
It's setting the tone, bro.
Yeah, the song's about to start, and this is the first song on the record, so they got to get all the lights right and do all that. You know, that's why the live show's going to be good.
Yeah. The song is called Alone, and the album is called Songs from a Lost World.
God, it's sad.
I know.
Tears for Fears and The Cure are both just like sad about the world.
Well, I did see The Cure at Tour for a Lost World, or whatever the hell they called it. Shows for a Lost World. Shows for a Lost World.
Yeah, I thought that was weird, the naming of that. And then they do this.
Yeah, I mean, so it was like a preview of this album, and they did play this song live. I just don't really remember.
Okay, I was about to ask, did they play anything new? So this
was among the new songs that they were playing on this last tour.
Huh.
But honestly, I don't really remember.
It's tough to put this in the middle, though. That's a pretty long intro.
Yeah, it was not. I don't think because I think they open with Plain Song, which is
One of the best opening songs of
Plain
all
Song
time.
and this song have a lot in common. We'll talk about it more after you get to hear it. If you haven't heard it already, which surely you have. But this is The Cure with Alone on Htwow. Yeah, I like how he saved it up for the end. Like he doesn't say alone until the end.
Yeah, it's cool because it's like I was saying before about the other. This could have been on any record. That sounds great.
Yeah. Yeah, and so it is track 1 off of Songs for a Lost World, or Songs of Songs of a Lost World. And it's the first album since 413 Dream, which came out in 2008. And to me, it sounds the most like The Cure since Blood Flowers.
Okay.
In 2000.
Yeah.
So Blood Flowers was in 2000. Then the self-titled one was in 2004. And then 413 Dream was in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember listening very much to either of those last two.
Yeah, this one was, you're at a concert and you can see this one going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much like Plain Song is the opener to Disintegration, this is the opener for the new record. And it's a full 3 minutes before you hear Robert's vocal.
Yeah.
And it's perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
Because like you said, it's like, just the vibe, the smoke machines got to get the room filled.
Yeah.
The lights got to hit the right kind of level.
Yeah, and it takes him a while, and then he gets going, and you're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It sounds so cozy, and it's crazy that he's been talking about this record for like 2 years. Mm-hmm. I remember seeing stuff about, that he was working on songs and that he had stuff recorded, and that, he was waiting for it to just feel like the right time and feel like he was done with it. Mm-hmm. And
see, it was a surprise to me. I didn't see any of that stuff. I didn't know I thought they were just gonna tour and.
Yeah, no, I knew. Yeah,
for a while,
I knew it was
about
coming. I just didn't know that it would be before the end of the year. And if you've seen The Cure lately, it is the current live lineup is the lineup on the album. Mm-hmm. So of course you have Robert, but then you have Simon Gallup on bass. You have Jason Cooper on drums, the kind of younger drummer that they've had for the last like 10 years or so, maybe. Yeah. And then Roger O'Donnell, the keyboardist.
He's back, yeah.
Yeah, he's had some health issues, but he's back. And then Reeves Gabriel's on guitar, who's just awesome.
Okay, it's not Pearl Thompson.
No. Reeves is the dude that played with Bowie. And he's played with tons of people.
Yeah.
But he's been in the band for like the last 10, 15 years, I guess. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
It would either be him or... I think Pearl Thompson was on one of the last tours or something.
Yeah, I think they had another acrimonious split not too long ago.
Oh.
Yeah, they're done.
You're on the heartbeat.
I don't remember.
Of all of this.
Well, I mean, it makes sense since I'm a doctor that I listen to the heartbeat.
Oh man, see, now you're even calling back to stuff. It's like all professional.
Anyway, I like that song, and I think that is a really positive signal for what we're gonna get when the full record comes out.
Because it's always good after a long epic like that. Drop the pop one.
Yeah, it comes out November 1st. And so even though this is the September pod that will come out in October, it will come out before the full record comes out. So we're still ahead of the game.
We're in the future?
Yeah, we're in the future right now, but we are not in the future when the whole album is out.
Yeah.
Because like we don't have the power to go that far in the future.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
How is Jet Life treating you, by the way?
It's great.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's fun. I got another one if you want one.
I'll tell you this. The Cure, it is something you have to invest a little time in, because I will say, even though I was loving it about halfway through, I'm like, we can start wrapping this up.
Yeah. I mean, it's a mood. It's not. It's.
You have to have time for this.
Yeah,
and at a concert, it's amazing.
Yes, it is made to be heard live.
Yes.
But it also is, it's the only way it could be a single is if it was the first single.
No doubt about it.
Like, it's not really a single. Like, you're not anticipating that that's going to chart and that anyone's going to get real excited about it. Mm-hmm. But it is a good tone setter, not only for a live show, but for a record. Like, you kind of know what you're getting.
Yeah.
And for Cure fans who have been waiting
You're ready.
15, whatever, 17 years, whatever it's been, it makes you feel like that your waiting has not been in vain. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like you just made it into like a Star Wars movie. It's awesome.
My waiting has not been in vain.
This volcano.
Songs of a lost world are here to rescue us.
Okay, we need to move to the next song. We've become ridiculous. What am I playing? Glare.
Yes. Another of your detective finds.
Well, so we haven't played Glare. Did we discuss this right before we started and we were like, no, we haven't?
No, bro. It's fresh.
Is it fresh?
It's so fresh.
Good.
It's brand new to all of us.
Okay. And
Unless, there's a chance that there is an Htwow listener that is so cool that they're maybe even cooler than we are. Mm-hmm. And they know Glare. It's. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm saying it's possible.
But you a second ago said we were in the future.
Well, I know,
There
but
is
still,
no way.
But there's cool people in the future.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that of all the people who listen to this podcast,
Yep.
like, we know a lot of them, and then a lot of them we don't know. And so there's a whole bunch of people that are a mystery to us. We don't know how cool they are. But the people that we do know, we know that we are cooler than them.
Okay. Yes.
So we don't know how cool the people are.
Yeah. This is like the first speech at Stonehenge. It's like exactly the same wordage. Right? You know, when they put the rocks up and they were like, all right, so check it out.
So we're going to dedicate this thing
To being cool. And
people
listening
in the
to cool
future
stuff.
are going to think that we were trying to measure the stars, but we were just being
Man,
cool.
We're just trying to be cool.
We're just leaving a signal for other cool people.
Oh, God. Okay, so can I play my dumb band I'm going to play
Yeah,
now?
play Glare.
Okay, have you ever heard of Glare?
No, never
Okay.
heard of it.
All right, I have not looked it up. I have no idea where they're from.
I'll look it up for you.
I'm not even sure if it's in what language it's going to be delivered in.
You've listened to it?
Yeah, it was a jam.
You just don't remember the language?
Man, I think it's just shoegaze stuff.
All right.
And
Glare sounds like a shoegaze name.
yeah, and the name of the song is what?
Mourning Haze, but mourning as in I'm in mourning. Someone has died close to me.
Okay, so
Love it. Love it. Love it.
I mean, they're basically calling back to a lot of things that we love. But it's also good. It's catchy.
I loved it from the beginning.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like derivative or formulaic, I guess. But the way they put it together is kind of perfect. Like they did it in the right way. And I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, and the kind of weird rock stuff every now and then is funny.
Yeah, so it's like kind of like Catherine Wheel or Hum or Deftones, like that really heavy part, but then the brighter part.
Yeah, and the nice
and the
stuff.
more shoegazy part.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Good
love
stuff.
it. So they are from South Texas, the Rio Grande Valley. Mm-hmm. And they've been around since 2017. And they... so that's brand new. But they have I guess an album or a single that came out in 2018 and a single that came out in 2017. And both of those on like the Spotify, like the thing from 2017, like the A side has 23 million plays and the B side has 12 million.
Jeez.
Like they have some kind of weird Spotify following, but good stuff. And I did enjoy the fact that in the artist bio on Spotify that they describe themselves as sonically swole.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I probably would have mentioned that if I did see it, but
I think
didn't.
they put a TM behind it too, so it's like sonically swole trademark.
Oh dang!
Yeah, so you can't use that.
Man,
for
I
your
want
own
it
thing.
right now, sonically swole.
I know you like getting swole.
That is awesome. Okay.
I like glare. I am totally into it. I'm totally into it, and I am kind of smashed. I'm not gonna lie.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, cheers to
Yeah.
whatever is happening in the world that is allowing this to happen. I don't even know. But it's still illegal.
And
Totally
awesome.
legal, bro.
And, what a good time. We got to, an in-person, wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey.
an in-person pod, and like, there's been like baby interfacing.
Yeah.
Like everybody's having a good time, even though I burnt the food.
You didn't burn the
No
food.
no one's concerned.
No, it was delicious.
So the only thing that we have to determine now,
Yes.
as we are about to wrap this bitch up because we're already so behind.
Yeah.
But we began with Boys Don't Cry. Mm-hmm. And so we can certainly play that again. But as we've kind of come to do on recent pods,
Yes.
is that we will sometimes play two songs off the same record. And so as it applies to Boys Don't Cry, we could choose something from Three Imaginary Boys, the Cure debut, or we could choose something from Staring at the Sea, the U.S. singles compilation that came out in the early 80s.
Yeah.
So
It just depends if you want to just stick to the same record thing or if you want to jump to the other one.
I mean, I think a lot of people were introduced to The Cure from the Staring at the Sea thing.
Okay.
So I think it counts. But, I want to know what T wants to hear right now. Like if you could pick any Cure song from either of those records.
It's always on a record like that, it's Jumping Someone Else's Train.
Yeah.
Or is it Someone Else's Train? Do they put Jump? Is it Someone Else's Train or
I'm
Jumping?
finding it. Hold on. That's weird. They don't consider... Oh, so Jumping Someone Else's Train was on Three Imaginary Boys also.
Oh, sweet. We should just play that then.
Yeah, so that version. Okay. Love it. Love it. I love it.
We did all that to get... See, that's a doctor and a detective
Just deducing.
at work because, somebody would say, maybe you'd want 2 doctors on it. Too many doctors. You need a doctor and a detective.
Because they both approach the problem in similar but very unique ways.
It's it's one of those.
It's like a double helix.
Yeah. So what are you playing?
Jumping Someone Else's Train.
Oh, let's do
So
that.
this checks both boxes, as it turns out. It is also on Three Imaginary Boys, but it is also on Staring at the Sea, the collection of singles. So
Check.
either way, we're right. And
But mainly me.
Either way, we win.
Yes.
Although this is the Three Imaginary Boys version.
Okay. Perfect.
Three Imaginary Boys version. Get the ding.
Don't say what you mean, you might spoil your face. If you walk in a crowd, you won't leave any trace. It's always the same, you're jumping someone else's train. It won't take you long to learn the new smell. You have to adapt or you'll be out of style. It's always the same, you're jumping someone else's train. If you pick up on it quick, you can say you were there. Again and again and again, you jump in someone else's train. It's the latest way that you've been craving for. The old idea was getting such a bore. Now you're back in line, going not quite as far, but in half the time. Everyone's happy, they're finally all the same. 'Cause everyone's jumping everybody else's train. Jumping someone else's train. Jumping someone else's train.
Thank you for listening to Htwow, episode 85, the September 2024 episode. It doesn't matter when it came out, it only matters when you listen to it. I'm glad we picked this. Sorry for this talk over. Yeah, that was Jumping Someone Else's Train. We listened to Glare, Mourning, Haze, Cure, Alone, Gilligan, Moss, Radio Gilmo, Tears for Fears, The Girl That I Call Home, and we started out with Boys Don't Cry.
What was the chuckle in the middle about?
I don't know.
Radio Gilmo kind of...
I don't know. I just was laughing that I was even bothering to recap what we just did. Like anyone cares. But we want to thank you for listening to this month's edition of Htwow, and we will be back in a somewhat prompt fashion with your next episode. And please, if you enjoyed this, don't keep it to yourself. Tell a friend.
That's right, Dave. And you are a salesman. You know what you are? You're like a supersonic salesman.
I'm a doctor salesman.
You're a doctor salesman.